VJ.
It's Jay.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, we are in a new setting.
We are.
Slightly.
Same place, different floor.
Yeah, I was like, same place, same time. Different floor.
Different floor.
Different backdrop.
Yes, you know, we got these for the birthday, so we're going to use them. Everyone's like, Veronica, when are you taking the balloons down?
Never is her answer for everything.
I love them. I love them too much. My best friend was like, you know, we might have to see if something's wrong with you. Like,
yeah.
no.
Hopefully they're gone by May. That's my pretty general idea of when they should be gone. And that's not normal people standards. That's her standard. Normal time. May. 2 months. 2 months too long, but hey. Whatever.
I love how people want to determine how long I'm going to keep something up in my home.
Well, when you come here weekly.
you think you get a say.
I think I can add a little something to it. You can add a little something to it. That's just me.
And see, knowing me, I see that as a challenge. So.
Whatever. Let's drink.
Let's
drink.
Okay, so do we want to introduce... we always do this. Do we want to introduce our topic or our drinks first?
We're going to do the topic first because the drinks make sense based on the topic.
So, we are talking about cheating.
Cheater, pumpkin eaters.
This has been on our list. Well, let's do the drinks and then we'll go into that. So, our shot today is called the Sweet Revenge. And now this is something we made up. This is a Sip and a Shot original.
Okay, you know how we do.
Yeah.
So in it is 99 peaches revenge. A little lime juice, a little pineapple juice.
That's the sweet.
And the kinky vodka. You know, it's kinky, sweet, might kill you. Going down.
It might be how we get you.
Yeah, it might be how we get you.
Part.
Lure you in. It's a honey trap. All right, so
we're not sure how this is gonna taste.
Not at all. Let's do it.
Cheers to the good.
Cheers to the bad.
Cheers to all the things we wish we had. Ooh.
Quality. Woo! That's good. That's good. That you can make that a drink.
Yeah.
So you can make that a drink.
I think I was expecting a regular shot, not a double shot. So like I think my unintentionally stopped and I was like, oh no, it's more coming.
It's still coming for ya.
It's good. That's a sneaker upper because I felt the warmth coming down my body.
Yeah, it's warming from the inside out now. I would say it feels good. It tastes good. That's exactly where I was going with it. All right.
That's a good one.
That is.
That's a good one.
Y'all should try that.
Yeah. And our sip is, I feel like we made this one up too.
We definitely made it up.
So this is us. So this is called Take Care.
Yes.
Now, this is coming, you know what happened this past week.
Saweetie and Quavo, that whole thing. And she said, take care. And I was like, you know what? We might need to name a drink, Take Care. Yeah, so here we are. Goodbye. You want to gaslight? You want to start some stuff on the internet? You not out here collecting your sister? Go ahead.
Oh, see, I wrote that in my notes. See? I wrote that in my notes. Okay.
Goodbye, sir.
So this has whiskey.
Yeah, Jack Daniels. I'm looking off to the side because all the ingredients are on there. To the side. Razzmatazz, which is raspberry liqueur, pineapple juice, and then we topped it with Chardonnay.
Yeah.
So.
Because it started where we wanted a Chardonnay cocktail, but there's not too many of those out there
that aren't like white wine spritzers.
Yeah, and we've already done a spritzer. I want like a cocktail with something that's
like a little.
Yeah,
little
like when
punch.
you tell that man take care, and you sit back so they can let themselves out.
Okay, and you have a great drink to sip on. All right.
Cheers.
It's pretty good.
You know what this is giving?
What?
The punch that we made.
It is giving that punch we made. I definitely do.
What do we have in it that's the same? Nothing. Except
Whiskey. That's it. I don't know. It's so weird how you can make a drink with different ingredients and the flavor profiles end up being the same. It ain't bad.
No, it's not bad. This is good for on a wine tasting. Not a wine tasting, but like a jazz festival.
Yes, this is a good
have a few of those in
jazz in the park type of drink, or like something. It's very light, refreshing.
Like a concert.
A good springtime. You and your
girls. In a cooler. And your man. If he's not cheating. I mean, even if he is, he might have got tickets to the jazz.
Do you, boo?
Gotta go. So, right.
Do you, boo?
It's fine. This is good.
This is good.
We have extra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get this thing on the road.
Let's roll, baby.
Cheating. Us being in these chairs is going to be a bad idea.
Because
it's this. We can turn. We can roll.
I definitely almost fell on my chair before the episode started. So, I was trying to see if my knees was ashy.
No, I think you're good.
You can't even see them on YouTube, and I'm probably going to trim this a little bit, so it'll be fine. Ashy knees, not a problem.
It'll be fine. So, we have been talking about a cheating episode
since the beginning of time.
That we had to copy that subject.
Move it over to season 2
because I think
not ready to talk about it.
I was not ready. I wasn't ready. I don't know if you were ready to talk about cheating.
We can get into this later, but I have no issues talking about cheating because I don't have a bad history with it.
Oh, okay. Well.
So it was all at the discretion of my co-host.
I think it was also, we like to do kind of like fun topics last season.
Oh, and we know that the dating or episodes about relationships and dating are more popular. Yeah. But we didn't want the podcast to just be about relationships, just about dating. So we were trying to come up with, we would throw something in every once in a while.
About dating? But we didn't want it to, because you know what I've noticed? A lot of people like talking about relationships.
They do.
They like talking about whether you're in one. They like talking about when you're going to get
how to get into one, what to do in it.
How to come out of one. How much is too much. A lot of people like talking about that.
Mm-hmm. We're okay.
Well, we like talking about it. Well, we like talking about it.
But not to the point where y'all...
That's all it is.
Yes. And, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard episode is still the most popular episode. I think it's almost to 100 downloads. That's the one that I see the most. I'm like, oh, y'all really listen to this episode. I don't even know what the drink was horrible in that episode.
The drink was horrible. The shot was good, but no, the shot was bad.
All of it was bad. All of it was bad.
What were we talking about though?
We were talking about, I think, pickup lines, maybe trying to flirt. I think it was kind of like a flirting thing, and we were going through
and we were drunk.
Article.
Yes. Okay.
And we ended up we just made another drink, I think, mid-episode.
Yeah. Or
after we tasted the horrible milkshake, which we need to redo the milkshake. Yeah.
You know, I went out yesterday with my line sisters, and Half Smoke has boozy milkshakes.
A lot of places do it, and I think we just did it wrong.
Yeah, I think we made it like a smoothie instead of
a milkshake, and we need to not do that.
Not do that again. Yeah. And I don't know if we had enough ice cream. We probably didn't need to use frozen fruit. Yeah. Anyway,
we did a lot wrong.
Yeah.
We'll redo
it. Looked pretty. That was our prettiest drink.
Yeah, it was a really nice drink.
That was our prettiest drink.
She have top 10 prettiest drinks. That's
number
up there.
one.
That got a lot of likes.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all. Follow us on Instagram.
Okay, so cheating.
Yes.
I feel like I didn't want to talk about it yet because it was going to be too serious of a topic, and I wasn't. I mean, I could laugh about it, but I didn't know if I would be able to laugh about it.
Yeah, Kiki for real.
Kiki for real, or the podcast. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that. I didn't really know how this was all going to turn. I was like, do I want to let y'all in my business like that? And it turns out, yes, I don't mind letting you in my business like that. So
we already know this is going to be a part 1, part 2, because we were trying to cut this to an hour, and I feel like you can talk about cheating for there's different types of cheating. What do you qualify as cheating? Are you single legally on your tax return and not married yet? Is that cheating? Wow. Celebrities cheating. Everybody get cheated. Everybody get cheated on. There's a whole lot we can cover. And one of our number 1 fans asked us about it.
I talked to her yesterday. I told her, I was like, me and Jamie were thinking about you interview us. She said, I don't want anyone else except us 3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, not a problem. So Have you ever been cheated on?
No.
Okay.
The closest I've come was my first like fake boyfriend in middle school.
Your fake boyfriend in middle school.
You know, like you get like a boyfriend, he's like a boyfriend for like a week type of
remember
thing.
when he was, what was it, like, oh, we go out, we go together?
Yeah.
I remember I told my dad.
You don't go anywhere together.
Yeah.
To school.
I told my dad, like, yeah, me and this boy go out, like, we go out, because I didn't use the word boyfriend. He was like, oh, okay, well, where you going? And I was like, my 13-year-old self was, well, we walk down the hallway together, like, we don't talk on the phone.
You go to class together. Yeah. I guess
you've never been, okay, so.
No, not that I know of,
okay.
but you know my crazy ex, I thought about this the other day when I knew we were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
He used to get so upset that I wouldn't be mad if he was going to hang out with another girl. He was like, you don't get jealous. I am very much on the, you're an adult. I think you know what to do and what not to do in a relationship. And at that point, I was like, if you want to cheat,
you're going to cheat.
You're
Whether
gonna
I
cheat.
get jealous or not, you're going to cheat.
And you can be in a relationship with her. And that's what it is. He was like, oh, yeah, this girl wants to take me out. Okay. He's like, you not upset?
But do you...
No. Are you going to go? You going? Gonna have a great time?
I don't know if... I don't know, have we ever talked about your crazy ex in the show?
A little bit, not a lot.
Because, okay, well, I'm going to ask this, and then we can probably discuss him later.
Episode of Crazy Exes.
Whenever
I got all the craziness.
She has all the craziness.
Crazy.
Was that when you had already reached the point of being over it?
Nope.
You were, like, in it deep?
In it deep. That was, like, towards the, like,
do you think that's
beginning.
naivety? Like, because today...
What?
If a man told you...
He was going to go out with somebody else.
He was going out, like, this girl wants to take me out. And he's your man. Not somebody you kicking with, talking to, but, like, that's your man. Like, you want to, like, marry him.
Okay.
You'll be okay with that?
So maybe because I have so many guy friends that me and my, like...
But there's a difference in saying me and...
My homegirl.
Yeah, me and my homegirl are going out. Or her name, because I know her. Versus, like, oh, yeah, this girl I don't want to take me out.
I think I'm at a point where it's always been you're an adult, you know what's right and wrong in a relationship.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you feel comfortable enough to go out with another woman and y'all gonna do some wild shit, you probably won't have a relationship to come back to. That might be just crazy in my head.
Okay.
Or we have a relationship where I know that you're not gonna do anything that crosses a line. Like if you go out with, you're at a conference and you're networking. Yeah, somebody wants to go out.
To a bar.
Exactly. And you're like, yeah, me and this, we sat at the bar talking, whatever have you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like that's.
But if like some girl at Safeway wants to take you out and you gave her your phone number, sir, let's think this through.
I think it's a respect thing.
Yes.
And for me, I'm always gonna say, how would you want me to act?
Yes.
Act however you would want me to act. Now, if you don't mind if I exchange numbers with another man.
And that goes into like my definition of cheating is anything that you feel like you would not be comfortable doing in front of your partner. Because it's based on relationships.
It's like emotional, physical.
Right. If it's something that you need to hide from your partner, whether that's you texting a coworker, whether that's you going out with somebody, whether like if it's something you do not feel comfortable with.
Oh my God, have I been cheated on again? Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Here we go.
Yeah, I think because
I'm thinking of my definition.
What's your definition?
My definition was solely sex. Like, if you have sex with someone else.
Solely sex?
Initially, I only thought of cheat, like,
initially, like, when? What year? Can I get a year? Because right now, it sounds crazy.
Now. How old was that? 20?
Okay. There it is.
I thought cheating was you having sex with someone else.
Yeah.
But in my head at 20, like once you have sex with, okay, now this is gonna date me. Once you have sex with someone, you're in a relationship with that person.
Yes.
When that's not the case.
No.
At all. So, I thought that, you don't remember that?
Okay.
Remember, I thought he was in a relationship with that girl, and he was like, we never spoke afterwards.
But
now, today, I think cheating can take many forms. But
my thing was, so how
you know,
were you in a relationship?
No. What she whispered was,
I was like, that's your business. I'm not gonna put that out there. But I was like,
I wasn't having sex at the time.
So,
and that's what because I kept telling Mom, I was like, Mom, he had sex with someone else. He had sex. She was like, I know you're upset, but he didn't have sex with you. So it's not a someone else.
Oh, it's just
someone.
Someone. But you in a relationship. So that's like when you say, like, if you have sex, you're in a relationship with that person. I was like, but you didn't have sex with him, so were y'all in a relationship?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
That's why I was like, hold up, wait.
Well, no, like when you have sex with someone while you're in a relationship with someone.
Yeah, okay.
Whether you're, because if I am 15, I believe 15 is too young to have sex, but you know, to each his own. But if I'm 15 and we're not having sex, and you have sex with Sally Mae down the street, that to me is cheating.
Yes.
But I agree, like you said, anyone, if you're doing something that you would not want your significant other to know about,
or to do, I think you should add that to
like if you feel like you gotta delete messages,
or you gotta hide stuff, or you know you can't be who you. If you go out somewhere and you can't be your regular self around that person anymore, like how you normally interact, that's not okay. Yeah. And I know y'all men's out there got different definitions of cheating. Cause a girl cheat on a dude, that's like she cheated 3,000 times.
That's it. That one time is enough.
But you cheat on a female, a woman.
Thank you.
It's so hard to change it.
It's not hard.
You
know me for years. And it's funny because your best friend sends me like messages and she's like, other woman gets upset because of female talk or something like that. Like, you see what I mean? I hate it.
And one ear out the other.
Yeah. Well, open your ears, bitch. Okay.
Male, female, scientific, not man, woman. So it's fine.
Well, we're humans. So.
We're mammals.
Okay.
Mammals.
Humans.
Male, female, bird. It's fine. We're not here. This is about cheating, not vernacular.
Anyway. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Have you ever cheated on someone?
Nope. The closest I've ever came to cheating was in my dreams that I broke up with that person because I kept having dreams about cheating on them. Shorty man. We don't have a nickname for him because he actually interviewed my boyfriend, so there's no nickname.
Okay. Shorty back. Okay.
Shorty back.
I know exactly what I don't think I've ever cheated on anyone. I think you have to be in a relationship in order to cheat on someone.
You do. But I just kept having dreams about this one person, and I was like...
Who are you dreaming about? Was it someone you knew personally?
Yeah, somebody I knew, and after I broke up with him, things went down.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Which is like, you know what? And I feel like I'm the type of person in a relationship that I'm not... Like, yes, somebody might be attractive, but I'm not thinking in a headspace.
I have blinders on.
Yes, that's why I always have blinders on. Oh, yeah, that person's attractive, but I'm not... I don't
see anyone like
I'm always gonna think Michael B. Jordan is attractive, even if I'm in a relationship, not in a relationship. Or if my friends are like, "Oh, he looks good," yeah, he's cute. That's about it.
Other than Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
When I was happy.
Sure.
Okay.
Happy. Sure. But I feel like if you're gonna cheat, you might as well just leave the relationship.
And that's my thing. Like, if you know that you want to pursue something else, I would rather. So we have this guy friend, and he was telling me we met him like later, after we were out of college, because he was still in college, and he was telling me about his girlfriend at the ex now, but he broke up with her because he wanted to like pursue something else. Yes. Like, he wanted to sleep with another woman, and he didn't want to cheat.
Yes.
On his girlfriend.
Makes sense.
So I was like, you broke up with her because you didn't want to cheat, and he said, yeah. I didn't want to hurt her in that way. Like, I'll hurt. It's gonna hurt that we're not together, but I don't want to hurt. I don't want to be a cheater. I respect that.
I respected it too.
Like, just leave the relationship.
You're ahead of your time, young man.
Yeah, because he was like 22.
Yeah. 23. I was like, he was young. And like that is what makes it just makes sense. Like I don't understand the got another round.
We're not even halfway in this.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I guess we could just whine after this. I guess I just don't understand the whole concept of cheating and it being okay. You know, like the people that are like, oh,
well,
like,
hold on, okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
Like the guys that are like, oh yeah, I got a girl, or I cheated on her and she should take me. Like, how dare she not take me back?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I
remember being asked, did y'all break up? Like, to me, I'm like, if you cheat, you don't want to be in a relationship anymore. Like, that means we're done, we're over.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people, that doesn't mean we're done, we're over.
And I think, exactly. And I think there's, well, I guess we can get into, like, the different reasons why people cheat, or the different type of cheating, how they say.
Do you know why people cheat?
Women cheat.
For emotional.
Yeah, emotional reasons. Like, there's something that's not being fulfilled in their relationship, so that door is open, whether it's, you know, nice text message, or you want to go to dinner, the guy's not paying attention to you. We're not saying any of this is okay.
They're just texting good morning.
Yeah, like somebody's giving you the attention that your man is no longer giving you. So there's more of an emotional tie to a woman cheating than there is a man. And a guy will cheat just because he kind of fell into a situation. Rather than, like, I feel like for guys, it's not necessarily an emotional situation. Like, they could be out of the club, drinking, whatever, what have you. Girl looks good. She want to go home with you. And you're like, okay. It's not a thought out thing where a woman will be like, oh,
I can kind of.
We're texting, or like, oh yeah, you got your work husband.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, good morning. I brought you coffee. You look good today. And you can't get your nigga to text back. You ain't talked to you in 48 hours. Because you want to go to Vegas. Don't want to text nobody. Did you make it there? Are you alive?
What was I getting ready to say? Damn. Had a brain fart.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that's what I feel like people, general consensus. Of course, there's women out there that just bust it wide open just because they can.
Yeah, just because you can. Well, we used to do this thing where we didn't understand how we got from A to F.
Yes.
Like, how do we, like, this is where we were, everyone was vibing, having a good time.
Next thing you know, slow jams are on. And dude sucking on your neck. Cause like, oh, wait, we were watching Shops.
We were playing.
We're playing Monopoly.
Like, how did this happen? And I don't know, for me, I'm like, I've been in.
You choose your words wisely.
As a single woman.
Yes.
There's always a moment
where
it's either you're gonna keep going or you're gonna, like, you have the option to keep going or to stop.
Yes.
There's always that moment. It might be a quick moment. It might be a 10-second. It might be a flash, or it might be like, well, hold out. Like, are you really ready to do this? And me as a single woman, like, my moment is like, after this part, like, do you know, are you good, or do you know? But in a relationship,
you would think that moment happens.
You would think that moment happens.
I don't know that it happens. I think that women,
the moment you have to keep something a secret, the moment that you can't, like, you have to second guess telling your girlfriends about it, the moment you have to second guess, like, if you're in a relationship, you can't, like, you're avoiding your man's calls.
Yeah, and that's what I think
I'm thinking about, like, cheating from a woman's point.
Yeah, and that's what I think that I think women are brought up with this idea of what a relationship is, or even, like, having sex with somebody. There's always let me think about this. Do I really want to do this? Is this, X, Y, and Z?
Is this worth the body?
Is it worth the body?
Is
there going to be, there's a stigma around sex for women.
Yeah.
Where there isn't one for guys.
For men,
so,
it's just sex.
Yeah, and for men, it's just like, it happened.
That's a double-edged sword. Like, it can't just be sex because, what did I say?
Sword. Every time we do it, it's, it's
that
fine.
word is going to trigger me. Because I remember that girl was like, you're saying it. I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. I wasn't even talking to you. What is the word?
Sword.
What did I say?
Sword.
It's sword.
Yeah, like
sword.
Cool Whip. You say Cool Whip. Instead of Cool Whip. Whip. Sword.
Sword.
Yeah, the W silent.
Is it?
Yes. You want to ask Siri?
Again? I say sword. You know what the fuck I was talking. Ooh, there it is.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. We're not even 30 minutes into this. The drink is hitting. I don't know if it was the shot.
I don't know what's what.
But You might as well just fill up your glass again.
Well, I wanted to finish mine like you finished yours. This is a good ad time.
It is. Go ahead. And she's gonna chug her drink.
So, it's a double-edged sword.
That's like not even a good ad space.
It's not.
It is okay. Oh, okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I really think it's sword.
I bet you do.
Because I keep saying
yeah, so you keep saying
you
it.
can't just say sex is sex
Mhm.
when you have it, but sex is not just sex when a woman has sex.
Exactly.
Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
It does not make sense, but that's a lot of things in this world don't make sense. Especially coming from a man's perspective. And you're just like, how did that make sense
How does that make sense?
to you?
Well,
Have you been cheated on?
I told you yes. I've been
I was
cheated
getting
on.
so hard at asking questions and being like
It's
already
fine. I feel like
knowing the
Answer?
situation, the answer, and then being like, I don't know how much my friend wants to give about a situation, so you're like,
I feel like
for
we
the public's
said
sake.
we said we're going to be super open
Mhm.
about this. Yes, I have been cheated on, and now thinking about your definition of cheated on.
Listen,
I was gonna say I've only been cheated on once. I'm not gonna count the others.
she done put me through some stuff, y'all. Okay, put me through some stuff at work, going through some stuff. Not even at home. I will leave my office.
Oh wait, what cheating?
Yeah. Text messages.
Oh.
Okay. Let me go downstairs. Give me a second. Let me leave my office space.
Oh.
Let me go downstairs and talk.
But we're
to
not
you.
talking about that part.
No.
Well, I'll leave that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to leave that alone yet, but I'll just leave it alone.
It's fine. Yeah.
And I think because
You can drive the boat on that.
it was the intent. I don't think it was his intention.
Yes.
And because I don't think it was his intention,
Gets passed. Someone.
I don't want to call it a pass because if I say it's a pass, then that means it's cheating, but I'm gonna ignore it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Because when I hear pass, I think like it gets excused. No, it bothered the hell out of me.
Yeah, I think of.
I don't know if I would consider it cheating.
I
think it would be inappropriate? Because that's what I've told people.
Yes.
You.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was inappropriate what happened, but I don't think. I'm not gonna call it cheating.
When I think of a pass in that situation, it's like this passes the cheating test. Like, is it cheating?
Okay.
No. Like, you pass or fail.
Okay.
You might have got a 70
I was
something.
gonna say,
No D.
you ain't get no D. You
But you
got
got like a C minus. Like, you barely made it only because your intention was good.
like that. Well, okay.
You just above that cheating line. Like,
Okay.
nigga, if you
And see,
intended on
okay.
doing it, fail.
Yeah. Automatic fail.
It's a hard fail.
But no, what I call like cheating
Mm-hmm.
was that first little boyfriend of mine who
First with a boyfriend of some years.
set 4.
Yeah.
We dated 4 years, and it was. I'm trying to think of how much of the story I want to give. Right.
Yep, let you have it. Go ahead, Fran.
Oh, fuck it. So we dated for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we were good. We were good.
Long distance.
Long distance. He was in North Carolina. I was in Baltimore. We We started dating in high school. You know, a little high school.
Little
like,
high school
little high school
thing.
sweetheart, you know.
Prom dates and stuff.
He came back from my prom.
Yeah.
I saw him. I was, we were good. We were good until we weren't. You know what? I don't know if I ever shared this with you. So, I don't know if you remember this.
Okay.
But I think we had said we weren't going, apparently we had said we weren't going to dance with other people at parties.
I remember. Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And then, so it might have been my fault why I got cheated on. And then I remember I
Not
danced
to agree
with
with that
someone.
statement, but yes, I know where this is going. Like,
I
yeah,
danced
it's
with
not
somebody at a party and I told him about it.
Yep.
And
Y'all had bad communication.
no, we had great communication because I told him.
No.
That night it happened.
Bad communication because of his reason, like when y'all talked, he was like, I thought you were, and you were like, but I wasn't.
Oh, he thought I was
sleeping with other people, like you had already like.
He thought I was dealing with. Damn,
yes.
This is such a long time ago.
That's what he thought, you were dealing with other people, and so then he was like, that's why I said the communication was bad. Like you danced with somebody else, and he thought that you were already up here doing your thing. Yeah.
No, when in actuality, I don't. The guy.
In actuality, you weren't.
I wasn't at all.
Exactly. That's why I was like, the communication on that, like that sliver.
But I remember going down there after that, and he had danced with someone in my face.
Oh wow.
Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Remember, I had went this that time where I got sick coming back.
Yeah.
I got sick coming. Well, I was sick when I came back.
Yes.
I got sick from like the airport.
Sure. Yes.
Whatever.
That's what she was doing.
We had gone. They had thrown a party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say what fraternity he's in, but anyone who knows me knows exactly what fraternity he's in.
That's all that matters. If you know, you know. You know what the fuck going on.
So he threw a party and me and my best friend went.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he intentionally brought a girl over like in front of me, because at first I wasn't paying attention, and then Taylor was like, "Is that?" And then I turned, because we were at a skating rink.
Yes.
And I was like, hindsight is always like, I should have slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, okay, we can play that game, because I can do that.
And that's always, listen, if you don't know.
In your face, like with somebody you know. Like I can make it bad.
Now, my co-host here is a quick person to one up. She's like, oh, that's what you're going to do? That ain't nothing.
But I did it.
That's nothing.
I had enough. It's really nothing, because I could take it further, but I didn't, because I had enough respect for him. I knew how he felt after I told him after the fact. And then I remember he like came and sat next to me. He was like, "You all right?" Is that gaslighting? Because I just got up and walked away. It's like, whatever. Do you have a good time?
It might be, but I don't know if it's gaslighting. Like you, at that point, you guys are taking digs at each other.
Okay. Well, I didn't dance. After that, I didn't dance with.
I mean, that's where I was like, the communication was off, because if you told him you danced with somebody and he was like, okay, oh, she danced with somebody, so I can dance, and I'm gonna one up the situation in front of her.
And it's crazy, because when I danced, like it was months in between.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just switched my location and was like chilling.
Mm-hmm.
He came and sat next to me. I was like, okay, I'm fine. I was ready to go, because I was starting to feel sick.
Yeah.
So, but it was his party, so I was like,
I'm gonna stay.
No, I left. We left. He left and got some NyQuil. And I was hallucinating because I thought him and his friends were outside of his dorm talking.
Mm-hmm.
There was no one out there. But I heard a whole conversation. There was no one outside. But anyway, when he came back, we talked about it when I was high on painkillers.
Love it.
But I didn't care. We talked about it and moved past it.
Yeah.
Talked about it, moved past it. And then I remember we were on the phone. That had to be what? Was that like, if it was cold?
Heavy.
No, it was like spring semester. When that happened, the dancing part happened.
Okay.
Because we made it through the summer.
Uh-huh.
Because he helped me move into my apartment.
Okay. Fall semester.
Fall semester. Did I go down there for fall semester?
When did he cross? No, it had to be earlier.
In the spring.
Yeah, it had to be in the spring, because the whole drama at the towers happened with my cousin.
What are you talking about?
My cousin, she only want to be this because he's a...
Oh.
That happened in the spring.
Yeah, that was in the spring, and then I crossed in the fall.
Yes.
And then it was the next spring.
Yeah.
Because he was the president or whatever.
It's so hard not saying organizations.
No, it's not. It's not that hard.
I mean,
because I think it's very clear. Well, for me, it's like very clear, but
because he would know you'd be like somebody that didn't go to school with us.
They could give one guess. They could get one. I guarantee. If they've been listening to this podcast and they know the type of men I like, one guess.
I think each organization has different type of men depending on what location you're in.
I don't even know.
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
Anyway, so a whole half of a summer he helps us move. We're good. We talked about it.
Whew,
and that's when we did talk about because he thought I was up doing me. I was like, no, not at all. So that's what like got us through the summer, got us through most of the fall semester. And then I remember we were on the phone. I was getting ready to park. I was like, let me call you right back. Because I'm going in the garage, you might lose service. So I'm calling him as I'm walking to class.
Yes.
And his like vibe just totally changed. And it was like 2 weeks after that, I was like, hey, is everything okay? He was like, you know, I just got to talk to you about it later. That's all I kept hearing. I got to talk to you about it later. I remember going home, telling my roommate, I'm getting ready to transfer schools because
she was ready to leave Maryland.
I was going to move to North Carolina for that.
Transfer school. Girl.
I had already pulled up like transfer papers. I had talked to my mom about it.
Yep.
And I remember my roommate was like, okay, well, slow down.
Let's take a second.
Wait, well, what happened?
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not talking to me. Like, he needs me. Like, maybe we can meet in the middle. I remember, and he wasn't speaking to me. Yep. I remember calling him. I was like, hey, did you want an open relationship? Because I didn't want to lose him, but I wanted to make sure he had what he needed.
Yep.
I didn't get cussed out because that wasn't the type of guy he was. But he was pissed that I even
asked
that. He was like, well, do you want an open relationship? Are you talking to somebody up there? I'm like, I'm not talking to anyone, but you seem like you need something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that you need, but you need something. He was like, no, I don't want an open relationship. Why would I want to? It's like, okay, cool. That's okay. Okay, so we're good. We're on the same page. Well, you know, I just haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? Yeah, I just got to talk to you about it later. Okay. And I remember.
Supportive.
Super supportive. Like, I remember Ty. I said, Ty, I don't know what's going on. She's under a blanket. She's like, BJ, do you think he's cheating? I was like, no, that's not us. That's not even when I tell you I said no so like strong, like nah.
You never want to believe somebody's cheating in a relationship.
No, but it wasn't even a thought.
I know.
At that point, we had made it through 3.5, damn near 4 years of relationship. So, like, why would you cheat now? So I was like, no, I don't think that's it. She was like, okay. Week 2 was almost up. I gotta call my mother because I had to talk. I didn't want to talk to you don't want to talk to your parents about it because you don't want them to have in your mind. You're gonna figure it out, so you don't want them to have a bad idea about the person you're sharing.
And that's always the thing. Like if you plan on being in a relationship with somebody past whatever drama you're going to, like you're going through, leave your friends and family
out of it.
Because I remember.
She don't forget. Because I be ready to like go back. Like remember when we were on the phone at work and you sent me a screenshot of something. Did you forget that, girl?
I will read you for filth if you decide to go back.
In the nicest way.
In the nice, like
you would not read me for filth. If I made the decision to go back, you'd be like,
I would be like, okay. But remember the other day where you were like this, and I was like, okay, let's run through.
But that wasn't a cheating situation.
It wasn't. It doesn't matter if you're cheating or not. I have the receipts in my mind. Okay. I forget my own stuff, but I got everybody else.
We always like I remember her shit, but
and you know rose-colored glasses. What is your own situation? That's what you need friends for.
Because you know the other side of the person.
Yeah,
like your friend only knows you. But anyway, so I called my mom. I was like, "Mommy, I don't know," because you gotta call like an adult to kind of help me. And I was like, "Mommy, I don't know what is going on. Like he's not talking to me. I haven't done anything." And I was honest with my mom, like. I feel like I'm getting ready to have sex, and she's like, okay. You know, you at that age where your mom goes from like mommy to like friend. Yeah. And so she kind of she danced that line very well for me because you trust her as your mother, and you also trust her as a grown woman. Yeah. Who has been through life and been through stuff, and she didn't even tell me. She was just like. You know, we'll talk to him and just make sure he tells you everything. Yeah. That's all she kept saying it to me. I'm like, well, yeah, we're going to talk and we're going to, like, exchange Christmas gifts. The whole kit caboodle. This man calls me. He was like, oh, when are you done with school? Like, finals. I was like, oh, I'm done on this day. He was like, okay, well, can we meet? I was like, yeah, you don't want to just come to the apartment? Because I'm getting ready to bust it. Yeah. Okay?
Like, it's about to go
like, just come to the apartment. He was like, no, I don't think I should come to the apartment. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't think, maybe he just wants to spend time with his mom. So then I was like, well, I can meet you in Greenville where I was living at the time. He was like, nah, let's just meet somewhere else. Like, just the two of us. I'm like, okay, yeah. So we can talk, because there's always someone at my house. So yeah, that makes sense. Girl has me meet him at Oxendam Hill. Okay?
I don't even know how to explain that for people that don't live in the state of Maryland.
Well, Greenbell's like exit 20. Oxon Hill's like exit 4.
Yeah.
So it's a good like 25, 30 minutes. And for me, that was 25, 30 minutes too long. But, you know, whatever. It was a good halfway point.
Halfway, yeah, somewhere in the middle.
It was more somewhere to the side, but I'll take it. And then so I pull up. I'm like, you know, girl, I did my hair. I made sure I was like looking real cute and everything. And he proceeded to tell me that he had sex with somebody. I think I blacked out.
Yeah.
And I blacked out because I was like, wait, what? That it just shocked me. And then I got in my car and I drove off and I called my mom. She's like, Veronica, don't drive. I'm on my way. And I was like, no, mommy, I have to get. I'm so dramatic. I have to get out of here, mom. I have to get out of here. She was like, no, I don't want you to drive. She knew. Yeah. She knew, but she didn't tell me, which is, of course. I was like, mom, just have to get out of here.
You gotta let people go through stuff.
Go through their stuff. And so he's calling me. I was like, Mom, this is him. Hold on, I'll call you right back. Veronica, my mom's at work. She wasn't working from home at the time. She's at work. Veronica, I'm on my way.
Should we get people at work? You be at your desk having a great day.
Listen.
You're like, I'm gonna walk up out of here.
Hold on.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
So I forgot why he called me. I drove back because I didn't get far. Like got out of the parking lot and he asked. I forgot what the conversation was. I used to know it like so vividly. Yeah. And I was like, I don't have anything to say. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like I just want to leave. I don't want to see you.
There's nothing to talk about.
So my mom is like, meet me at the house, and then we drove and went to the park. I just cried and cried and cried. My little 20-year-old broken heart.
Yeah.
And I remember the craziest part to me was then I had to share it with my friends, of course, because they're all like, what's going on? And then I remember I was on my way. Okay. I don't know what part you're missing.
That's a good way to get to your apartment. Yeah, because your roommate ain't gonna let this crazy Whitney Houston section slide.
Okay, wait, I'm not gonna go there yet.
Go ahead.
He had been like dropping flowers off and cars off. I remember my dad was like, tell him to put a stamp on it, it'll get there quicker, something like that. So I remember I had gotten like a stress fracture. And I said, so my mom was driving me to urgent care because I'm just taking me damn out. And I was like, Mom, he's going to call my friends. He's going to call my friends. And she was like, you think so? I said, yeah, he's going to call my friends. I had called Ty first. I said, hey, if he calls you, do not answer the phone call. And she was like, he just called me and I was getting ready to call him back. I was like, don't call him back. Don't respond on anything. Then he called my best friend Taylor. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call you back because I need to tell her. But he had already gotten to her. And I was mad at her a little bit because I was like, no, don't give him no advice on what to do with me. Because he was like, I just don't know what to do. Like, she's not picking up the phone. Which is so weird to me because you ignored me for like 2.5 weeks. Now all of a sudden you got to get in touch with me. When I got home from Kaiser, I called that motherfucker. From Kaiser. I said, let me ask you something.
Okay.
You called my friends, right? He said, yeah, I mean, you're not picking up my phone calls. You're not talking to me. I said, okay, let me ask you this. Did you call them to see if you should fuck that girl? So calm. I hear, no.
Exactly.
Then don't call them to see nothing about me.
Okay.
Goodbye. Don't play with me. Play with your mom. Then his mother called my mom at like 11:45 at night because my mom was. I was like, Mom, I don't want to talk to her because she knows. And so I'm like, I'm with my grandmother, and you gotta call her ID on the house phone. And I see her number pop up. It's like 11:45, 12 o'clock. My mama is in the bed, and so my mom picks up. I rush over there. She was like, just give me a second.
Hold on.
Hold on. Mom was like, she doesn't know what's going on.
I bet.
She said her son is just throwing up and upset, but he won't tell her what's wrong.
Let me tell you, men are so
dramatic. Like,
they could have made it seem like women are dramatic and crazy and all this stuff. Please. Men are dramatic.
Man, please.
Sir.
So she was like, Veronica, call her because she doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on. And she was like, I'm not going to tell her because it's not my place to tell her. But she was like, I haven't seen her. It's Christmas. I mean, if they're not here, like, what is going on? And so he was like, they're not together. So she was like, call us. I call her after work. She's like crying to me on the phone. She's like, what is going on? What happened? I was like, we're not together. I'm going to let him know. I'm going to let him tell you why we're not together, but we're not together.
Right.
And she said, okay, well, I'm going to tell him what I told you. I don't know what's going on, but me and you and your mother and I, we are always going to be friends. We're always going to be close. Like, my mom and his mom would go on vacation, went on vacation probably up to 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and we broke up in 2011.
Yeah.
Because their birthdays were near each other.
Spring 2012 went away.
Spring 2012 was the best
Spring
year
2012 was
of my life. It was perfect.
Talk about a party.
Yeah, it was, it traumatized me, but it allowed me to blossom.
Okay. To experience the college experience.
The college experience fully. Because I had experienced it through, like, my friends. Like, I had been a part of a lot of stuff. That's why I was ready. When, like, VJ was ready, VJ was ready. I knew the game. I knew, like,
what to do.
I knew how I wanted to move.
And
it was fine.
Moves were made.
It was fine. The only thing that made me upset, and it's like now, it's like it makes you upset, but then you appreciated it. Sex didn't hold as much value as it did before. So we recently talked about that with our friends, but it's a different conversation for a different day. Yeah. But it was I put my friends through a lot that year. Yeah. I put my roommate
through a lot. I'm not the roommate, in case you missed that episode. She's her roommate.
She's not the roommate. My roommate, she was a godsend. If I'm being honest.
Rubbing her temples. That's how you know things are going downhill. When she hit this,
then
she start rubbing them temples.
She like sits back, she doesn't lean back, and then she comes up. Okay. I put her through a lot. I remember I was so upset. She's gonna laugh at this. I was so upset. That remember when Party City used to have like the really tiny shot glasses that weren't even like not the ones they sell now, but like they were tiny. We had some at the house, and I was like, "Will you take a shot with me?" Because I'm just so upset. She was like, "We're not taking a shot because you're upset. That just doesn't make any sense." And I was like, "No, come on, let's take a shot." She was like, "We're not taking a shot because you're upset." And I remember I was like. So I took a shot. I'm so dramatic when I think about it.
You still are dramatic.
I took a shot.
I was so dramatic. You're still dramatic.
And then I went and like ran into my room and started crying. And I was like, I just don't know what's going on. And she would not come in the room for like a good 5 or 10 minutes. But normally she's like, okay, what's going on? But she was like, Veronica, I told your ass not to take the damn shot. Like today, she'll be like, I told you not to take the shot. And furthermore, because I had just started drinking. Yes. That little bit of shot is not going to take everything away. Like you need like 10 of those. And you'll be okay.
I just saw a TikTok where this girl found out her boyfriend was having a baby with another girl. And it was like all the stages of her. She was like, my friend, she just found out her boyfriend's having a baby. And she's like laid up on the couch. Next thing you know, she's taking a shot at like Tito's. And then her friend is like, I love that you put it in the fridge for 30 more seconds just to cool it down and take another shot. And she's like taking shot after shot after shot. Her friend's just recording like, yeah, this is going downhill. This is gonna be great.
It's going downhill really quick.
It's a great time.
Yeah. Because I don't even think Instagram was really popping like it was back then.
It wasn't.
It was getting ready to. Because I had gotten Instagram like 3 months after that. Because that's why my page was private.
That's how I got it. I think right after that. Before people's birthdays.
Yeah, because I got mine in
birthdays.
January.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah. And I remember she came, I was home.
Before spring break. I found mine for spring break.
Right before spring break. She came home, and this was right after Whitney Houston died. I remember I had a panic attack.
Yep.
Because of the name. And and Music Choice had all the videos out. And I had gotten through all the like happy videos. I had gotten through all the videos. And she just so happened to come home right when Where Do Broken Hearts Go? And I mean, it was. We broke up in December. Yeah. This is now February. When he was out of it. And I was under the covers. all the shades were drawn. The lights were off. And she comes home. In a way, like how our apartment was, you open the door, you walk in, you can see the living room.
Yes.
And she walks and she was like, what the fuck?
What?
Where did the broken hearts go, Tom? Where did they go? She slams all the lights on. Turns the TV off. She rips the blanket off and she's like, get up.
Yeah, this is done. This is over.
To this day, every time Where Did Broken Hearts Go, I call her.
I bet.
And she was like, I was so pissed off at you.
I bet. We couldn't let this episode go without that story coming up because we still talk about that to this day.
You know what? But I will say, I appreciate that man because that man gave us some like quality crazy.
Let me tell you about spring 2012.
Okay.
Things went. You would have thought we was on road rules. The way things was going down.
It was something every weekend. I remember it was on purpose. We were like, we're not going out this weekend.
Yeah, we had to like say we're staying home and we're gonna go to church. That's what it's like. We gotta go to church.
I remember if we take a serious minute for a second, I remember being very upset with God at the time because we had broken up, and then my grandmother had died shortly after that, and I was just so. I was so mad at God, but we still went to church.
Yep.
And that's like, for me, that's when my relationship with God got stronger, which is crazy because I remember I would be in church. Like, my prayers would be like, you're awesome, you're great.
But why?
But not even why. It wasn't a why for me as far as like why he and I broke up. It was a why for like why take my grandma.
Right.
But my grandmother was 87 years old. Like, it wasn't that why. It was like, I love you. I'm just so mad at you right now.
Right.
Like, I just need, like, I know I need to be here, but I'm pissed.
Yes.
And it, like, that honesty that I had with God, I was like, okay. And then once I was able to, like, just move it, he was like, for me, it was like, when I hear him, I'm putting you through this for a reason. Yes. I'm putting you through all of this for a reason.
Yep.
You weren't going to leave him. You weren't going to learn. You weren't going to learn what I needed you to learn.
There's not going to be a lesson from
easy stuff.
Yeah, nothing easy comes out. You don't come out with a lesson from something easy. Takes trials and tribulations.
Not at all. So I just didn't know what the lesson was.
Yes.
I know it now, but I didn't know what it was at the time. That's what I like. We would go. I remember we would have like crazy nights where it's like we had to tell one of our homegirls, get up. She has to go. Because we're leaving to go to church. Like, come from behind the couch, please. Get dressed and then come back. It wasn't her. Let me say that. It wasn't her. But it was like, hey, get up. Oh.
Yeah. He passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad. But
come
from beyond the...
Come on. We gotta go to church.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Because you know you need them. But it's like, I was so pissed off at God. Yeah. And I feel comfortable saying that. Like, we're good now.
I think that's a lot of people won't admit it, but there's been probably a lot of times people are like pissed off, like, why?
Yeah. But then once I got the reason why, because I look back, I'm like, you got closer to your friends, you experienced things you would never have experienced. Yeah. You wouldn't have pushed yourself to do. You wouldn't have, you needed to be out of that relationship. I needed to be out of it.
Leave it there.
It gave us some quality.
Good time.
Yeah, like we have to appreciate him. We do. Like my roommate had like the two of them had a good, when it was good, they had a good relationship. Yep.
I'm keeping like it off.
Cause I was getting.
Yeah, it was like the word.
The relationship was good because it did save me from a lot of stuff, like those freshman, sophomore years.
Yeah, freshman of like drama and madness.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, people that weren't just like good intentions freshman year. Right,
I was able to like figure that out.
Now we don't wish cheating on nobody.
No, but I don't wish cheating on anyone. I remember, who were we talking to when they said, sometimes I wish he would have just cheated on me. Because then it's easier to like let go.
You didn't say that?
I said it, but I wasn't the first person to say it.
Oh, okay.
I said it recently.
I know, that's all.
But no, you told me someone else had said it before. And then we were both like, Oh, no. You
My
don't
bestie.
wish someone
Yeah,
cheated on you
my
because it's a
bestie.
different. Oh.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Only in the
hurts.
sense, like, to explain it, it was I wish you would have cheated, so then you don't feel bad for walking away from the situation.
Or you're able. It's easier to walk away.
Right, when things end on a good note. I'll put good note in quotation marks for people that are listening, because it's a good note because there's nothing super bad and dramatic that ended the situation, but you decided to walk away.
Yeah.
Even if things that were bad and dramatic happened during the relationship,
it's easier to explain why you're not in a relationship.
Right.
Oh, like, what happened to you and so and so? Oh, he cheated.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, oh,
okay. Versus like, okay, what happened to you and so and so?
I was just tired of,
we kind of just grew apart. It wasn't working for us anymore. But what wasn't working that y'all couldn't figure it out?
Yeah.
Well, like, it's just easier.
And that's a note to people that aren't in people's relationships. Mind your business.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Mind your business with the emojis. Mind your business. And that comes with all different types of relationships for people. You just let people do what's right for them in that moment. Whether they're making a good decision or a bad decision, I feel like people are going to get the lesson at some point. Now, if you need to bring in receipts to make sure the lesson is clear, perfect. But outside of that, you just hold it.
Yeah. She did a good job with holding it.
Oh, I held it.
You held it. But it wasn't a cheating situation.
It wasn't a cheating situation.
I feel like I
That's
have
why
to
the
just make
receipts
that
are
super
necessary.
clear. It wasn't,
That's why
because
the
it's
receipts are
easier to
necessary.
walk away because
it is.
That type of betrayal is easier.
Yes.
To like, and it's easier to explain.
And I think cheating comes with a clear cut. You did this because you did not. It's like it's not an issue with me necessarily.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't do
have sex with them.
Yeah, it's like I didn't do anything. It's not the relationship in it. It wasn't my fault, and I feel like that's easier for people than yes, it's kind of my fault. It's kind of his fault.
Well, I think the older that you get, I do believe that. Ooh, this will probably go to a part 2. I don't think cheating is not a
black and white.
It's not that it's not a black and white. It's not a like. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a It's not a one-way street. Like, there is cause and effect. Now, will I ever say that I was the blame for him cheating? No. I will never say that. But can I say there were probably things in our relationship he didn't like and didn't know how to express and didn't know what to do about, and that's what led him to cheating? Yeah. Like, I think in a relationship, there's never just one person at fault.
Right.
There's always the two people in that relationship. If there's an issue, it's going to be an issue. Whether it's cheating, any reason that you break up with someone, it's not just that person's fault. Like, you played a part. Whether it could be you didn't express yourself.
Yeah, it's
the
not
best way, or
it might not be a conscious mistake. It might be a subconscious mistake, where you're doing something you don't realize is problematic or causing issues with that person.
Yeah. You don't realize that you had toxic traits yourself.
Yeah.
It's not like. For some people, it is, like you could be as perfect as you want to be, and some people are just crazy in the head and just cheat the cheat.
Yep.
But for others,
sometimes I feel like that perfect mentality causes people to step out.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no winning in a situation where cheating ends up being the outcome. Like there's no one way to explain why somebody has cheated. No.
Because I thought for a long time, I thought it was because we didn't have sex. But after speaking with him later, it wasn't that we weren't having sex. He was fine with us not having sex. That wasn't the issue for him. I think he wanted to hurt me. I think he wanted to hurt me.
Ooh, revenge is
yeah, I think that was it. And probably not consciously, but like subconsciously.
Yeah.
He probably wanted to hurt me as he was hurting, but I don't think, Yeah. I knew the lesson that I had to learn was. Now I know the lesson that I learned was bigger than the relationship, and it was a perfect. Let me not use the word perfect. It was.
Yeah.
It was a good for me. It was a healthy relationship until it wasn't. It was good for. It was good for what it was.
Yeah. Good for. It was right for the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However long the mama was. And then we became friendly.
Uh-huh.
We became friendly probably about 2 years after. But he was still living in, I'm about to give all my little business. He was still living in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I ever had that conversation with you. I think I did. But we had, like, just started communicating more regularly. And then he came up. It is funny because he came up on, like, around Christmas time, which was, like, the anniversary when we broke up. But, like, maybe 2 or 3 years later. And I remember going, like, he and I was like, do you want to go see my mom? Like, we went out, had dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, do you want to see my mom? Like, my mom would love to see you. He was like, yeah. So, like, we went to see my mom. My mother wanted me to make him some damn lasagna. I remember I made that man lasagna. Listen, I made some good lasagna.
Let's not talk about lasagna. Lasagna brings up good and bad memories.
But, like, my mom was like, are you going to make him some? No, I'm not making him no lasagna. Listen, lasagna is a relationship feast, okay?
Okay.
You don't
get no meals.
No, not a one. But I was like, I could pull the stuff out for you because my mom had already made the ingredients, but whatever. Like, we became cool, and then I think I remember texting him, like, I'm sorry I can't be, because I just felt it, like, I needed to, like, really detach. Like, I can't be the person that you need.
Yes.
Like, I can't be the person that gets over cheating and decides to get back into a relationship. I'm not built like that. And then also, I think our issue was, two people can't think they're God's gift.
Yes.
And my perception of his mentality was...
That's a good word, perception.
My perception was, he felt like he was God's gift. Like, at times I felt like I had to prove that he should want to be with me. Yeah. And I was like, no. That's not even me.
Stop the track.
And someone who thinks, like, I know, and I act at times like you should want to be with me.
Like,
so,
like, I am
two
surprised.
people, right? Like, two people who feel they're God's gift, and he was college educated, getting his master's, getting removed. Like, he was a great catch.
On paper.
No, I mean, he was a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. Especially like 2 or 3 years after the fact.
On paper.
Whatever.
He
wasn't a bad guy.
His relationship right now is...
He got married.
And then...
Divorced.
Okay.
But I don't think he got divorced because...
I'm just saying, a lot of people sound good on paper.
They lived in a different country. I think
a lot of people sound good on paper. Like, off paper.
I was so pissed off with my mom because she was still cool with everyone. So she had all this information. I'm like, you're not sharing. Okay.
See them? I really have to pee.
We said this was going to be a long episode. Do we want to...
We're at an hour and 2 minutes. And I have to tinkle.
What do we
do part 2 anyway. Do you have any final thoughts? Because we can talk about this nigga all day. And this ain't even his podcast.
We're not talking about him anymore. Because I had notes that we didn't even freaking touch on.
Exactly. That's why I said it's going to be part 2.
All right. So we're going to do a part 2. I don't know if we're going to do a part 2 now or later. But
we'll do it later.
It's VJ.
It's Jane.
And this is
a sip
and a shot.
Bye.